Welcome, West Michigan, to Grand Tap Media, Breathe in the Grand Show, produced by Keim Concept. Your host, Pamela Keim. I'm so excited to be here today, and our mission for the show is to be your connecting resource, to introduce you to your neighbors. I'm kind of a Hallmark kind of girl, and I love Hallmark and all like their Christmas series. And what I noticed is when people are connecting and building relationships, that's when things start to happen. And I wanted to create that in our own community on WCET TV. So it's going to be a weekly show, and it's going to be aired on Tuesdays and Fridays, and you can watch it on WCET on their website, or you can watch the show later on, once it's been recorded, on our Facebook page and website. Let us know if there's anybody you would like us to become neighbors with, an organization, a company, and what they're doing in our community. But I would like to thank you for being here today, and please enjoy the show. Hi, welcome to Breathe in the Grand. I'm Pamela Keim, and we are here with a special guest, your neighbor, Austin Jimenez, and
How's it going, guys?
and we want to share with you what his mission is and what he's doing in our community and upcoming event he has. I think you'll be quite interested. Now, Austin, thank you so much for being here.
Pamela, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
And we met, real quickly, we met through, of course, my little sidekick over here, Millennial, Will Elements.
Yes. So we actually had met through Will Ellermitz, my roommate, one of my really good friends, and it's been one of the most incredible relationships I've gotten the opportunity of having. Pamela Keim is a very bright, smart woman who is making things come true at the age of 50. And I think that's amazing. It's never too late, guys. And
what's going on, guys? Austin Jimenez here, Movement with a Purpose, coming at you with a purpose pursuit. I'm here with Pamela Keim right now. Probably, to be honest with you, one of the most incredible women I've ever gotten the opportunity to work with. One of the most bright-minded women I've ever gotten the chance to work with. And we want to help educate the youth and parents on how exercise can improve their children's education, improve their brain power, and also just improve their general relationships. And I think that's going to be something great that we have coming in the future. Pamela, tell them a little bit about yourself and Grand Tap Media.
Well, we started Grand Tap Media because we want to connect to our neighbors. As you see that most of us are on this a lot, which is not always, it's kind of a bad thing, but sometimes, you know what, that's just the way it is. The world is becoming very electronic, and people are getting their information on this. And I began to discover how little I talk to my neighbors, how little I interact in my own community. And then once I started to network and build relationships, I started finding out that all the resources and all the businesses and what they do, the nonprofits and the people. And then I realized that I was connecting with relationships. We're moving my my endeavors, especially like Breathe on the Grand, and I wanted to share that with everybody else. I want them to see that although we all, need education, but really it's relationships are going to make things happen. And sometimes you can make that connection rather quickly through networking and through other people, and it can almost move the lever fast. And once people discover that, it's almost like it's exciting and you want to share it with everybody else. It's like, you know what? Yeah, it's great to be on this, but you need to build more than that. You need to build trust relationships of what's going to move things today. And your name is now going to follow you. People are going to have different careers, different jobs in their life, but I'm going to look up your name and see your name and what they're saying about you, not so much of the company anymore, and what you're doing and what you're involved in. And that's what I want to share here with Breathe in the Grand. If we can connect to each other and help each other thrive, if I can share some information with you. Will over here has got information. I've learned a lot from his networking friends. I just was downtown at the JW. My husband, he's in the credit union, and I met all of them, and they're all excited because they follow me on Facebook. I have my glasses and I have 3 of them here, sorry. And LinkedIn, and they're like, tell us more, how can we help, and whatever. So they're helping me to launch this Breathe on the Grand show and become successful, and they're very excited about it. They want to share what they're doing too.
Pamela, that's incredible. So basically Grand Tap was a way for you to connect.
Right.
And that was almost kind of like that light you saw in terms of like, this is how I'm going to build relationships with my neighbors and form better connections with people.
Exactly, and like I said, the name came from, and you've heard this from Will when we started this, is Grand being, basically the Grand Castle, because I thought that this is just an amazing thing that Riders Lucas is doing. If anybody hasn't seen it, it's this huge building or a complex right out of off the Granville exit, and it's a castle. And it's Granville, and I think it's going to put Granville on a national map once it gets going. It looks
massive.
It's going to create such change over in this area. And I raised my kids in Granville, so I have a heart for Granville. And then TAP, because we are the beer city of the USA.
100%.
Yeah, and they're everywhere, and it kind of brings people together. These breweries are bringing people together, and it's kind of like the town hall. You kind of go there, you enjoy a beer, and you discuss stuff. And I thought, media, how can we reach people? And this is how we're going to reach people. So Will and I talked a lot about that and how we're going to do that, and of course you've seen us come a long ways in the last like two months or 6 weeks.
It's incredible because you say 2 months, and it's honestly been what feels like a year, 2 years. It's insane. Just the progress was that fast. And guys, I think Grand Tap's doing a great thing here, connecting different people within the community. Something I kind of want to shift gears to though, Pamela. What is Grand Tap doing to help people feel purpose?
Well, Grand Tap, to feel purpose, is to get out what they want to thrive in their dreams, like reaching you and
100%.
finding out your dreams. And how can we help you connect to the people to make what you want in your life, to help you thrive? Because all of us have been given some kind of talent, and it necessarily doesn't mean that we're great singers or artists, but there's something we're really good at. Maybe we're really good at organizing, or maybe we're good at helping develop others, as a lot of people are. Or like you, helping people reach a level in their fitness and coming together and encompass maybe even building relationships.
100%.
Right.
These people I'm meeting with, Pamela, are building relationships on another level, and it reminds me exactly of what you're doing with Grand Tap Media, and it's all through movement.
Exactly, and I think just building trust and saying, you know what, it's kind of like when you go to California and you meet somebody from Grand Rapids and are doing something great. You're like, oh my God, they're from Grand Rapids. You grew up in the same neighborhood as I did, whatever. And to know that you have all these people right here in your own neighborhood, I think it empowers you to say, you know what, if you're doing this and Will's doing Battle of the Gains and we're doing, and other people that I've met downtown, it's almost makes you feel like, you know what, I can achieve something too.
Yeah.
I was just at an event just recently for Women's Life, and I did a speech there, and a woman came up to me and she goes, "No, Pamela, I've been following you on Facebook, and I don't take this personally." And I'm like, okay, she's going to say something about my, I got to do something better, communicating, right? Which everybody has an opinion on. But she says, I've watched you, and because of my age, she goes, you know what, she's probably about 10 years younger than I am. She goes, I really thought my dreams were gone. I thought this is what I was going to be the rest of my life.
Too late.
Exactly. And she goes, yeah, I feel inspired that I can finally maybe step out and have the courage to try some things that I've always wanted to do. I just feel like as, being a mother and you get older, and I felt, if that's what I can give people, that it's never too late. Because I really don't, it's really funny, you don't see yourself as old, you still yourself as just, maybe you have just a little bit more wisdom. And so when I get around all of you, I can see my wisdom come into play and my experience.
100%.
But you guys have got something that you guys can launch and say you can launch a couple careers in your life, 2 or 3.
100%.
And I tell Will, that's one thing. You're 23. You can fail many times and get back up. I'm over 50, and I want this to be my legacy is to give this to the world. Grand Tap Media, Breathe in the Grand, and help people inspire to be beyond what they ever could dream.
And I think that's incredible, Pamela. And exactly why I said, guys, this is one of the brightest and most amazing women I've gotten to work with. She's making a dream come true at the age of 50. And I think that's incredible. It's one of the most impressive things that I've heard out of people in this generation. And it's definitely something that I want to be a big part of and help Grand Tap Media grow. And the last thing I want to ask you, Pamela, how are we going to help people move?
Well, we're going to plan events,
100%.
and my endeavor I would like to have with you, besides the movement part, which is very important,
100%.
is that I want to encompass building that trust relationship, networking. When you're having fun, like we golf, I'm a good golfer, and Will knows that. You're having fun. We just went to a golf, brought them to our golf course in Quail Ridge, and we just had a great time. We didn't even necessarily talk work. We just got to know each other and had a lot of fun and laughs.
Connections.
And then we saw them later on that night, and that's all they could say was, we had just the greatest time. But I bet you can build such great relationships, having fun and moving, doing something, not just like this is fun, but if we went out and did something like golfing, if I introduced you to golfing, we could build a stronger relationship doing that. And Will knows that by listening to him. But just exercise, getting moving, and then connecting to parents to see that it's very important. School's important, but maybe the foundation is moving and then developing the brain to understand that higher concept, if that makes sense to you. There's a lot of kids out there that they study a lot, but they don't even know what they're missing if they encompass exercise. And they say that they're more social, they feel more part of the community, they feel like they can communicate better with other people. So it brings so many positive things that's what I want to share with parents.
Oh, definitely. Pamela, I think that's incredible too, to be able to teach people that movement's just more than just about the physical benefits.
Right.
It's about the mental benefits too. And guys, it's funny, Pamela had actually sent me a video the other day about this guy giving a presentation, and what he actually did was had the audience exercise before he gave the presentation. They paid more attention. They listen more, and I think that's amazing to see that movement can fix things like the attention span. It can fix things like your mental health, pull people out of depression. It can do much more than just give you, physical fitness.
I think it gives you even encourage, because you're become more self-aware, and I think that when you are out there, it just puts your brain at a whole different level. And I tell Will that all the time when I'm running, I have to actually keep paper around when I'm running, just because I start thinking, I give my brain a question, and I start working out, like maybe, how can we make this endeavor work? And then all of a sudden you start doing exercise and ideas will start to come, and you're like, that's pretty good. And sometimes if I wait too long, it's gone. It's a poof, and it's
so
gone.
You gotta have it right there with you.
Right, so I stop and write a note or something to myself. And I would encourage that even for you when you're out there doing a lot of that.
I can honestly say I get great ideas. I do actually, I video the ideas, and that's how I am able to save all those good ideas that I get from.
And my name is Austin Jimenez. I have a personal training and motivational business called Movement with a Purpose. We also host events.
Right, and when we met, you guys were doing these events because Will was promoting it on. We became friends, so we were promoting it on your Facebook page. But right now, you're bringing people together to what? To tell us a little bit about what the mission is on Movement with a Purpose. And all you people out there, where are we at? Well, you want to hear about this because when I was sitting with you, listening to what you were doing, and then we came up with this brainstorming idea of something we can even move it to the next level. But what you're doing is trying to get people, to network and
Yes. So,
fitness?
Guys, with Movement with a Purpose, we are looking to bring people together and help them find purpose through movement. So we're doing stuff like community events to bring the community together, play different activities. We did one for dodgeball called Throwing Purpose. We did another one that was multi-level. It had boot camp, a run, and a game of kickball called Cinco de Purpose. We did it on May 5th. So yeah, guys, we're basically just trying to bring people together through movement and help people network, grow, form greater connections, and I think it's incredible, guys. And
How many events have you had, and are they at the same location, or you try to spread them around? And I know that when I was looking at the video, it's the younger crowd, I would have to say, most people that show up. Right, and that's fine. You want to reach that, that age range, because you want to get them early on and starting on how important exercise is. But as we were
100%.
talking, I shared with you when I was doing some research on another subject, I came across this, and the research is coming out, and you've done it yourself, on the importance of exercise on the brain, developing the brain, and that's what exercise is basically for. And when you have a kind of a generation, what we're seeing that isn't moving, and they're kind of like, I guess some of us moms or adults at my age are saying, they're just kind of numb. They're just getting through life, moving through life, but without a purpose.
Without purpose,
Right?
yes.
And I've been experiencing that too. And now you're going to get some exception of people that do very well. But on the norm, when I'm in a social setting, I see such disengagement of these younger generation and not really having like inspiration, right, to change
Exactly.
the world. Is that what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And do you think that maybe, and they're going to prove that just because they're not moving, they're not exercising, they're not out there developing that part of the brain for even higher concepts. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, 100%. I think it's super crucial for people to move, especially after seeing some of the stuff that you've sent me, Pamela, on a movement, because it almost, in a sense, rewires your brain. And guys, I think the biggest thing that you can do in order to improve any aspect of life, especially mental aspect and social aspect, don't forget about social aspect too,
Right.
is move. Doesn't matter if it's weight training, sports, running, hiking, even just some yoga, like whatever you can do to move. And it's crazy because I actually feel like movement with a purpose, I actually found the purpose for myself through movement with a purpose because of Battle of the Gains. Battle of the Gains got me to some of their events. They were hosting basketball tournaments, doing flag football tournaments, scavenger hunts. And what do all these have in common? People are moving during all of these.
Right.
And, as I was seeing what Battle of the Gains was doing, I was like, hey, why don't we bring people together, but instead of having it be a community event, with like vendors and stuff like that, let's have everyone move. Everyone at the event get moving. And really kind of almost form connections that way. And it's been incredible with the two events that we've had, some of the connections that I've seen formed because
Right.
of movement.
And we all know that most people are on this, which
Yep.
is bad, but you really, doing the research, these scientists, and we're going to share later down the road more, where we're getting this information at. And maybe we'll be able to even connect with like Grand Valley or whatever, Michigan State being downtown,
Yes.
on what their thoughts are. But, being on this, but it only really takes about 20 to 30 minutes 3 times a week with exercise, right? So it's not like you have to go out there every day. But even if you can encompass that, or even do that before doing a higher level test, as you're going to say, do you think that that would be something that when Movement with a Purpose could start implementing, showing that, it's as little as 3 times a week, 20 to 30 minutes at a time. If it's running or basketball or whatever you guys play. I see that. What was the place? What did we play on Sunday when we hung out? That was at that event.
On Sunday, wiffle ball.
Wiffle ball.
That was a
Okay.
blast.
All right, we were up at the deck looking down. We were very encouraging.
Oh, definitely.
But you know what I mean? But that kind of movement wouldn't be for somebody my age, of course.
Oh, definitely.
But not that I can't do it, but it's just, yeah.
It's a little bit more like some of the sudden stuff. I get what
Right.
you're saying.
But as you get older, golfing and everything comes into place. But just
Yes.
to find out it's only 30, the doctors and scientists says 20 to 30 minutes a day. If you can, 3 times a week, you can implement that. You could see that. And how they explained it is that when people have a hearing issue, they don't realize they're losing hearing. And people may not know that they're losing that higher concept of learning because they're not working out, they're not exercising. He goes, and it's almost like when you finally get a hearing aid, you finally realize how much hearing you've actually lost. And so if you start to develop this practice, exercise, right, you're going to start feeling that you can think clearer, that you can do that. And I think that that's the thing that we need to express when we are out there, you and I, how important this really is.
100%. Yeah, guys, something that Pamela and I want to do is relay to parents and children in the schools the importance of exercise and movement, more importantly, just general movement on the brain. We've been doing a lot of research, and research has actually shown that movement increases the size of your brain. And it stimulates the prefrontal cortex, which is going to give you more capability to think on higher concepts, do more tasks, want to take on more tasks. And just in all honesty, if we're being transparent about it, movement helps you create the best version of yourself possible. And if you don't believe that, it's going to help contribute to you becoming the best version of yourself possible.
I think it's exciting, and I think that every parent should hear this. I think I just went to a political event, and They talked about doing more reading programs, more math programs in school, which I'm not opposed to, of course. But I almost, some countries are doing that, but they're adding gym 3 times a week to help these younger kids. Are finding out in like Japan and China how important exercise is to those, to maybe it's the foundation to become a better reader.
Definitely.
And a better math student. You know what I mean? In science.
It's going to help them expand their knowledge.
Right, right.
100%.
Now, how can people get involved, and how can people reach you, and maybe even even watch these videos? Are they on your website? Are they on your Facebook page?
Yeah,
How do they get in
so
contact
guys,
with you?
right now we're doing the videos through Facebook, my Instagram page, and then we also do have a website. The website is being finished right now. What's going to happen with the website, because I have been thinking about getting a new domain, so that's kind of in the works right
So
now.
it's in the development stage, right?
Definitely.
Right.
It's in the development stage. But we are using platforms, like I said, like Facebook, Instagram, and then I also have been using YouTube and uploading videos on there as well for our event recaps. And then we'll also be posting more workout, fitness content, and just motivational content as well. Now,
When is your next event?
What's going on, guys? Movement with a Purpose here, and we just kind of wanted to talk about our next appearance, and that is going to be at the 3rd annual Battle of the Gains event on the Rebound. Guys, Movement with a Purpose is going to be here with a booth. We're going to have apparel for you: hats, tank tops, t-shirts, available in small, medium, large, extra large, and we're also going to be running boot camps. So guys, come move with a purpose. We will be at the 3rd annual Battle of the Gains event on the Rebound, hosted by Billy Gaines, with the likes of people like Ingles Pictures, Maximize Living, Movement with a Purpose, Falcon Fitness. Shelly Irwin is gonna be the MC there. It's gonna be an absolutely amazing event, guys. I'm honestly just kind of getting, like in a daze thinking about it. It's gonna be amazing. We're gonna have sports tournaments, 4v4 volleyball, 5v5 flag football, 3v3 basketball, 3v3 soccer. It's going to be absolutely insane, guys. Can't wait to see you there.
I know you have to go because you have you have to go
Gotta
out and
get
train.
people moving.
Get people moving. But we want to thank you. Is there anything else you want to share with anyone before we say goodbye today?
Guys, I want you to take a moment and really think about, what can I do to be moving today? What sounds good to you in terms of movement? Because this is something that you're going to want to incorporate for the rest of your life. Do I like yoga? Do I want to play some kind of sport on the weekends? Baseball, soccer, volleyball.
Golf.
Do I want golf? Rugby, which I used to play in high school.
Yeah.
Do I want to, do I want to basically
Or do a
change
Zumba class, right?
It's incredible. Do I want to change my life and become the best version of myself possible?
Yeah.
If yes, I think movement is your answer. And if you want to help find purpose through that movement, that's what Movement with a Purpose is here for. We're going to bring you together. We're going to get your fitness in check. If you have any questions, comments, or want to address your fitness and figure out what we can do to help make your fitness better, get in contact with me at Movement with a Purpose on Instagram. We also have a Facebook page, Movement with a Purpose, and you can also get a hold of my personal page, Austin Jimenez.
Yeah, and we will put it on our Facebook page and our website. Well, right? So, and we appreciate you being here. We're going to have you back when we get closer to the event with the children.
Yes, the
children.
event with the children. And
yeah,
parents.
I really want to make sure we are together on that one, and we want to promote that.
100%.
But thank you so much, and I'm so glad you're actually taking on that mission. I like helping, but I'm so glad that you already got some of the stuff in place
100%.
to get this to become a success.
And Pamela, I appreciate you with all the things that you've done to connect me with higher concepts and the best people, and I really appreciate it.
Well,
Thank you so
I've
much.
enjoyed this myself. All right, well, thank you very much, and we'll catch you next time. And this is Pamela Keim for Breathing the Grand, and thank you. We'll talk
very
to you
much,
later.
Pamela Keim.
Okay, bye.
What's going on, guys? Movement with a Purpose. Austin Jimenez here. just wanted to give a huge shout out to Pamela Keim and Grand Tap Media. Thanks again for having me on the show, Breathing the Grand, and appreciate your time as always. And just want to also say thanks for helping spread our mission purpose, and then also, helping get Movement with a Purpose out there, guys. Grand Tap is trying to help different businesses, organizations, people within the community, get to know their neighbor. And I think that's something incredible that Grand Tap is doing with Breathe in the Grand. So Pamela, thank you again for having me on the show. Appreciate you and your time. Be on the lookout, guys, for plenty of good stuff with Grand Tap, Breathe in the Grand, as well as Movement with a Purpose. Thank you so much again, Pamela Keim. I hope you guys have an incredible day. Take it easy.
And Pamela, I appreciate you with all the things that you've done to connect me with higher concepts and the best people, and I really appreciate it.
Well,
Thank you so much.
I've enjoyed this myself. All right, well, thank you very much, and we'll catch you next time. And this is Pamela Keim for Breathe in the Grand, and thank you. We'll talk to you
very much,
later.
Pamela Keim.
Okay, bye.
For more than 50 years, the Vitales family has been serving West Michigan. Enjoy great food with daily specials on pizza, authentic pasta, catering for any event topped with an array of premier desserts alongside our impressive drink specials. It's the perfect place for family and friends to enjoy great food. Vitales in Hudsonville. Now that's fresh.
Placemaking, to make a place. For many years, a 4-lane highway has split the heart of Hudsonville's traditional downtown. Hudsonville has lacked places for the community to gather, connect, and engage. Terra Square is the cornerstone of the award-winning, resident-driven, Imagine Hudsonville 2030 plan to revitalize our downtown. This project is an adaptive reuse of a former auto dealership that has been neglected and left empty. The building has undergone an amazing transformation to a multifunctional space no longer designed for cars, but as a place for people. A farmer's market to inspire healthy, full, and abundant living. An event space to gather and use to make memories. A co-work space to engage entrepreneurs and startup companies. A farm-to-table restaurant where families and friends can interact. Thanks to public investment and interest from private developers, Hudsonville is much more prepared to attract and retain talent, residents, and business. All because of a place. Terra Square.